Hey guys, Simon here from Velo Performance. So this week I thought I'd run through nutrition for older cyclists. The way that I look at it is there are some base principles that we all need to follow to fuel our training, control our weight and levels of body fatness. However, as you get older, you need to understand that your physiology is changing, so you need to eat in a way that supports your training, maintains lean muscle, promotes better recovery, and helps mitigate against the dreaded age-related decline. Now look, at the bottom of this video, I'll put in some links to studies and evidence-based articles so that you know I'm not just plucking this stuff out from thin air. My hope is that this video and future videos will get you to think more about what, how, and why you need to eat differently from the mainstream diet paradigms that are pushed out across social media, such as things like fasting, keto, high fat, or just thinking about your diet as a fat loss diet. We need to think better than that. So, as I like to say, let's get into it. I've decided to split this video into two because there's a lot to talk about and I want to try and keep these videos really tight. So in this video, I'm going to talk about calories and protein, and in the next video, I'm going to talk about fat and carbohydrates and how they relate to your health and your performance. So first off, let's talk about some basics which are critical to maintain energy and help control your weight. Let's talk about calories. Now, I suggest that you hit your calorie needs to maintain energy, and if you need to change weight, work off a modest calorie deficit. I'm not suggesting a hard or fast calorie deficit if you're training hard, and I certainly don't recommend fasting to any great degree. Now wait, look, hear me out here. Think about it this way. Energy restrictions such as fasting for long periods of time mean that you're getting less quality nutrition throughout the day and less energy in, which will mean that it's poor for energy output and your training. It also means you're going to get less protein, which means that you're going to stunt your lean muscle gain and it's going to slow down your rate of recovery. Now look, there are plenty of studies to show that training in a fed state gives you better quality training results, and that fasting is not superior for fat loss than any other diet that has similar calorie deficits. Indeed, training fasted can be detrimental to maintaining lean muscle, and it can also affect your immunity. Yes, I know what you're thinking. I've been told that fasting helps improve my health. Now, in my understanding, that's been highly overplayed in its effectiveness. And I think because it's such a big subject, that it's such a big rabbit hole to go down in, maybe what I need to do is a whole video about that one thing. Instead, I want you to think about this. For my mind, hitting your daily calories by eating a quality, mainly whole food diet, rich in vitamins, minerals, prebiotic fiber, and getting the right amount of protein, carbohydrates, and fats is pretty much the best health hack you can ever have. Plus, you'll have bags of energy to train hard and enough nutrients and macros to recover faster. Now, given that as you age, you develop anabolic resistance within the muscle, and recovery times take longer, cutting out food just seems a little bit backwards to me. Help me out here. If you like what you hear, hit subscribe, tap the bell to stay in touch, and please share this with your friends. I'm trying to get a good message out here, so your support means everything. Righty, let's move on. Let's talk about macros and kick off with protein. Now, this is an important macronutrient for older cyclists as it helps create antibodies that bolster your immune function. When it comes to performance, it increases mitochondrial capacity by increasing aerobic enzymes. And critically, it helps older athletes fight age-related anabolic resistance, which we start to develop in our muscles as we get older. What's anabolic resistance? Well, basically that means our muscles become resistant to protein, and we need to eat more quality protein to drive a stronger muscle protein synthesis response. Look, now anybody that's over 40 will know what I'm talking about when it comes to recovering from harder training. We know that we just can't smash it daily like we used to and have lots of energy. We need more recovery time. So here's a cool thing I can share with you. I remember listening to the We Do Science podcast from the Institute of Performance Nutrition, who discussed that older athletes can recover to the same level as younger athletes. It just takes older athletes 24 hours longer to do so. So it kind of makes sense that we think about our nutrition in a way that it supports our recovery and our training. So, how much protein should you be aiming for? Now look, 0.8 grams per kg of body weight is the recommended daily amount to prevent deficiency. That's minimal for health and is aimed at sedentary individuals. For older cyclists, I recommend between 1.6 to 1.8 grams per kg of body weight and as much as 2 grams per kg of body weight spread across the day over 3 to 4 meals with a focus on high quality protein rich in the essential amino acid leucine. Now, if you want a per meal grammage to focus on, about 0.4 grams of high quality protein with 2.5 grams to 3 grams of leucine per meal is about the sweet spot. Interestingly, there are studies coming out that show that eating as much as 6 grams of leucine per meal will drive a much stronger muscle protein synthesis. Here's a cool little fact for anybody that's looking to try and look leaner and lose weight. In weight loss studies, high fat, low protein diets have been shown that you lose a fraction more weight, but higher protein diets help you retain more lean muscle and gives a much more positive change to body composition. Basically what that means is, in fat loss, low protein, high fat diet means you will lose weight, but you carry less lean muscle mass and more body fat. It's just something to think about. Right, let's start rounding off this video. If you want to lose weight, then reducing calories and not really caring about macronutrients or food composition will just help you get to that goal. But for older cyclists who want to gain strength, train and ride up hills fast, recover quicker, look leaner, have a leaner composition, the standard weight loss advice really just doesn't cut it. This is why I'm not a fan of or keen on diets that promote huge calorie deficits, long fasting windows, or low protein. It just doesn't make sense to expect to retain or build a lean muscular physique, and clearly low protein is going to affect recovery times and our training outcomes. To finish off with and kind of ram this point home, I think it's crucial that we make sure that we sit protein at the top table, especially if you want to build strength and have a leaner body composition. And if you want to be able to consistently train well and recover optimally, protein really is the king of macronutrients. In the next video, I'll talk about fat and carbohydrates and why these two macronutrients are important to ensure that you don't go below certain levels for your health and for performance, and how they can help mitigate age-related decline. And I'll also give you some recommendations on what's optimal and what's not. Now look, I want you to think critically about what I've been talking about. If you like what I'm talking about, reach out, come back, let's have some adult, non-biased conversations, because I'm always really open to good discussion. What I'm trying to do with these series is educational piece, but I'm trying to share my knowledge and understanding of nutrition. I'm trying to help you step away from the mainstream nonsense and nutritional madness that you see out there on social media. Look, help me out here. If you like what I've been talking about, hit subscribe, tap the bell, and stay in touch. And please, look, share this with your friends. I'm trying to get a really good message out here, so your support means everything. Thanks for watching.